So this car might be familiar to some of you all. This car I've used in a video before when I talked about the Cooper S Countryman All-4 with the John Cooper Works tuning kit. This one has it. This one is also now a service loaner. So while I am using this as my service loaner while they fix my Clubman, I thought it would be kind of fun to play a little game here. So this is a OBD2 scanner, a Bluetooth one, and this is an iPhone. And if you open up the iPhone here and you scroll over to this app right here, this is BimmerCode. We're gonna code this car. Now, I wouldn't exactly recommend that you do this with your service loaner, but if you are bold enough to do it and you're in the dealership's parking lot, which is kind of risky, why not go for it? This could be kind of fun. So let's get started. First thing we do is we open this up, pull this out, and then carefully throw that in the passenger seat. So we hop up under here, and there should be right there somewhere. There it is. And it's in. All right. So now, with my phone, we hop in here. We make sure the car is on, and then I have my phone here, and so we go into the BimmerCode app, hit connect, go to my OBD2 scanner right here, click connect, and we wait patiently. Now we go down here to F cars, click right here, it says F cars, click continue. It's reading the VIN, and it's going to identify all the control units. Takes a little bit of time, but during that time, let me explain a little bit of some of the stuff you can do here. You can code basically any factory option that this car is equipped with. Now, this car does not have the power fold mirrors, so we won't be able to code that, but I could if the car was so equipped. But I can do a few other little things here that are going to be kind of fun, and this is kind of a basic tutorial to show you all exactly what this does. So it's taken a little while, but some of the things you can do involving the info screen here is you can actually change the screen to display the M logo or BMW or whatever you want to do here. You can change some of the settings. You can change the information here so it displays tire temperatures as well as tire pressure when you're going on your vehicle status information, which is kind of cool. So anywho, we are now in here. So these are the control units. So as you can see, we got active sound design, advanced crash safety, air conditioning, body domain control, camera base, driver assistant, head unit, instrument cluster, park distance, roof function center, and something else that's not technically currently supported with the car. We're gonna pick body domain controller. So I'm gonna go in here. This will take a little bit of while to load, but what this will allow me to do is a few little coding things in here that are kind of fun. One of my personal favorites actually is where I can set it so that it permanently enables sport mode when you start the car, which is something that by default is not activated, but it's kind of fun and something I've done to, I think, at least one other car. And if they ever find out which service loaner it is, all the power to them. This isn't exactly the first time I've done this before. Kind of silly, but you get the idea. This is kind of just a fun little thing here. Now, I'm not doing anything serious. I'm not doing anything dangerous. I'm not doing anything that's going to hurt the car. This is just a fun little mess with the car, change some of the settings, have a little fun here, and none of it is really breaking the rules, and none of it actually voids the warranty, because this is stuff that's already in the car's onboard computer. So none of this actually breaks the warranty on the car because it's already there. Now, the cool thing about this app is it does actually save a backup of your ECU. So if something does go wrong, and it's gone wrong before, if a BMW I was coding for a friend of mine, I was able to go back to his original ECU setting and fix it. So we were able to go back and correct the issue. But it doesn't usually happen that often. It's just very rare instances, and it's depending on what sort of tweaks you tend to do with the car that might cause it. So we're now in here. Now you can see you got ambient light, brightness, decoupling from instrument cluster, angel eyes, shut off iDrive system when the door is opened, auto start stop function not active, auto start function memory, auto stop start function eco, convenient opening is active, convenient opening with remote is active. What that means basically is when you push the button, everything opens and unlocks. Convenient closing with remote is not active. Now, I'm going to go ahead and activate that. What that does is when I push the lock button and hold it, it will actually roll up the windows and all that good stuff. So that's kind of cool. Daytime running lights, not active. Well, this car doesn't have LED. Horn signal when locking the car with engine running. Now, you have the key with you when you lock the car with the engine running. This can get very annoying, especially if you're like trying to warm your car up in the winter, which you're technically not supposed to do. But I'm going to go ahead and turn that. Oops, that's not the wrong one. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because that's kind of annoying. Default driving mode is in comfort. We're going to change that to sport. So as you see right there, it's now in sport. Let's see what else we can do here. Fog lights on. Power fold mirrors are not available on this car. I can even adjust the seat temperatures for the heated seats, which is kind of cool. Rear seat temperatures, there's something I didn't know. I guess they might have rear seat temperatures in the UK. This is kind of good stuff here. This is the sensors for the bulbs, so if you change your bulbs out with LED bulbs or something, you can adjust these to compensate. And I really do mean that. See, it says right here, bulb LED for the indicator front lamp. So that looks like it's about it for my settings here. So I'm going to click code right there, important information here, and then you hit start coding. So it says preparing coding, and during this time it's programming the ECU and getting everything ready to go, and as you can see, it's almost done. Now what you might notice is the car will shut off briefly when it restarts the ECU, like it just did there. So you get this weird warning light. Don't be alarmed by that. That's normal stuff for this system. But as soon as it's done restarting the ECU, it'll bring the system back up. It's clearing errors, and coding was successful. So now when I get in the car and I start it, you see right there, it's already defaulted in sport mode now. So that's kind of cool. We're in the car now. When I start it, automatically it's still in sport mode. And when I shut it off and then turn it back on, see, still in sport mode. Now let's say it's summertime and you had your windows down and you got out of your car and you were like, oh crap, I forgot to roll the windows back up. Well, you don't actually have to get back in the car and roll them back up. You can just stand out here with your key now, push the lock button, and the windows roll back up. Not to mention, the sunroof closes. Now, as I stated, none of this was done against the warranty on the car. All of the stuff I did here is within the warranty, it's within the coding of the vehicle, and it's already there. So you're not changing anything, you're not voiding the warranty by doing any of this, because none of this is serious like ECU upgrading or tuning or anything like that. It's just changing some codes in the car that are already in the car. So that's kind of a cool thing you can do here with any of the current generation Minis, any of the current generation BMWs as well, if you have the BimmerCode app. And if you have a Bluetooth dongle or whatever you want to use to do this, it's not that difficult. In fact, the dongle I used, this right here, is only about 35 bucks on Amazon. So you could buy that, and then of course it's a little bit more expensive if you want to get the actual app for the BimmerCode. There's a free version, but the one I have is the slightly more expensive. I think it's $30 for this. But it allows you to do a lot of cool things with these cars, or just tweak them in a way that's kind of just a little bit of fun. You're just having a little bit of fun with these cars. Now you can also use the BimmerCode app for the R56 platform, 2008 and up. So any of the second generation Minis that have the ability to do this. Now the 2007 Cooper S and Cooper does not have the ability to do that, strangely enough, but the later ones do. So you can do some tweaking with that, and I've done that with my own Mini, but it's kind of fun just to mess with the car just for a quick time, just to have some of the little conveniences that you really want to have in these vehicles that you might not necessarily be able to get. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and if you did, why don't you check out some of the other tutorials and videos I have on the channel. I got some other cool stuff, and if you're interested in actually more videos on the Mini Countryman, I'm going to include the playlist for that at the end of this video. So why don't you join me over there and check those videos out as well. And before I let you go, I'm just going to remind you all that life is too short to drive a boring car, so drive a Mini, and I'll see you in the next video.